those. I could be doing those. That'd be pretty cool. Ooh. He backs out. All right. So we're playing Mirage. Liam has a lot of potential options here. He does not have Cutter, though. So we'll see if he's... I don't even know if he's going to go Banish or UNSC. But everyone expects the Hechi Pav on Mirage. Here it is. All right, Forge on Pav. Forge. Pav. Alrighty. Southeast or south, whatever you want to call it, right? So we're gonna say in the red, in the southeast, playing as Forge. We have Liam. Going Gen second in a Marine open. Pretty strong open. The downside of... You're gonna have to regame this. Because he's clearly not playing. Or his controller's busted. Hechi does hate Forge, that's true. Okay, we're gonna... Yeah, it just didn't make it in, never even moved his units. Oh, Liam with the easy clap. Pretty sure Liam had good side of that game too. Yeah, exactly. Calling it out. I know. I saw the same thing. He didn't like that he was on bad side, so he quit. Or he didn't play. He's like, oh, I'm on bad side, not gonna move my units. Let's see if we can't get Hechi back in here. Assuming he has electricity or whatever. Huh. Is he even here? Whatever. EQ. What the heck is an EQ? Oh, earthquake? Okay, well. In Florida, there's no earthquakes. Like, ever. So, I guess that's why I don't think that EQ means earthquake. But okay, that makes sense. I thought it was a translation error. Now Hechi's accusing Liam of not being on his own account, which I wouldn't say that. I think Liam's just playing pretty standard. There's nothing special or crazy happening in these games. It was good that he left the Flamers on defense, but I feel like that's something that more players are starting to do. Yeah, no, that's a pretty strong earthquake. He's he's fine. He's definitely, it's an earthquake in Mexico. 7.6 apparently. Need a mic check. Oh, God. He played a MRBR Johnny Hechi. Hechi's complaining that the Johnson was so good that it couldn't possibly be Liam. He just MRBR'd him. Like, I didn't think there was anything special about MRBRing someone. You don't bet against Marbiar. Marbiar's OP. Exactly. I'm playing favorites. It was a Marbiar. Why? I don't think this is a favorites thing. I think this is a, why are we asking for mic checks every time anyone plays any sort of series for anything? And it's like Hechi every time too. So it's like, no, like, come on. God. No, there was an earthquake in Mexico, 7.6 magnitude earthquake. It's not you can't fake an earthquake. It's always in the news pretty quickly. Yeah, 7.6 is pretty legit. You get that blunt, Bugatti. No, yeah, that's no joke. All right, in the blue, playing his Pav, opening with Grunt. We have Hechi. Grunt, double supply pad, and on good side, in the red, playing his Forge. We have Liam. Alright, so he's picking up double blue. He opened up with a Grunt, sent one. So he's getting 3 things of blue with Grunts. He sent his next Grunt to pick up his own yellow, and now he's making a chopper. He wants his burnout, and then he's still going for another supply pad. The Marine from Liam already picking up the yellow in front of his base. It's not going to be able to pick up all of it before the chopper gets there because he only started picking it up with the Marine that he just built instead of sending early or whatnot. But he will get most of it, and he's trying to run to the garrison. Did shoot the Sentinel, so the chopper's getting targeted. and then wiggles a little bit with the Marine, and now he's starting to take out the node. It's pretty nice. Hechi takes the center mini first, so that's actually a very strong play when you've figured out that your opponent has not made a scout. So this is going to end up with 4 minis to 1. Very strong play. Very strong. I think that... Okay, yep. Liam not going for the supply pad or gen or whatever it was. It had to have been a supply pad. So he's going to go for a Rax. That's nice. He does need to do that. And is he going to go hero as well? Probably should. He needs to get everything he can on the map to be able to start taking things back from Hechi. Hechi does have a generator up. He did do 2 heavy supply pads. And I believe that he wants a 2nd gen, but I don't know if he'll be able to do that for a while because he needs to spam. Having that increased blue income and then the 4 minis, he might actually be able to get away with this if he just spams chopper. But I think Liam might be able to pull it off with mines, so who knows. He does have that... He does not have that node cleared out yet. The Sentinel was able to finish off the Marine. It was not quite clean there, and I guess this is an example of why you don't open Marine, because then you can just die like this. Because there is a grunt and a chopper there, he can't be out of the garrison, so he won't get his node that he was relying on. So that's a really great play from Hechi. Very good decision there from him. Now he's playing, throwing some mines down on the reinforcement path, and then pushing onto this close mini. So that's also pretty nice. Going for a War Council from Hechi is interesting. It will help him be able to take out a WARTHOG, but it makes him a little bit more vulnerable to being run around or to snipers even. He gave up position on this node, so Hechi's letting Liam capture it now. And the WARTHOG is coming across the map. Hechi's still picking up some blue on the outside. Supply pads, 2 gens, so it's like he has a single gen, but he's burned out, which is nice. The Pavium, supply pads everywhere. So there's no raid camps anywhere. So it is just going to be purely choppers in the Pav. The WARTHOG should absolutely try to chase and pick off choppers while the numbers are low. They just don't have enough to fight this WARTHOG yet. And he gave up another chopper, so it's 2 choppers down. It's really hard to get enough choppers out to actually fight a WARTHOG if you continue to bleed them early to like an early hero. So 2 heavy pads is nice for Liam. It looks like he wants another node. That's why the Marine's waiting over for it. He is going to get that mini. The Pav is in the garrison, and Liam does see that, so he does know roughly what he's up against now. It'll be interesting to see if he keeps this barracks or if he swaps it for a 2nd gen. The hero, the armory needs to be swapped. I think he could just juggle his racks over if he wants a 2nd gen, but he's going to have a little bit of problem being able to continuously overwhelm those choppers. Eventually they will get enough to be able to fight him, especially with the Pavium being able to either use the Y ability on the WARTHOG or just shoot the WARTHOG even, which will make the WARTHOG take 20% more damage. So 20% more damage, that's like 2 less chopper rams you need to be able to kill it. It can be all the difference in these fights. And because he is playing infantry, having a raid camp is pretty good against him. When you play Marines, Flamers, if they start having Suis, it's really hard to be able to just hold forward and take an engagement. Alrighty, we have JPBs coming out from Hechi, not what I would have expected, but he likes to be aggressive and he does have more production, so it should be okay to be able to try to force Liam back on defense. 3rd point came in for Hechi now. It looks like he grabbed Enduring Will with that. Well, that's going to be able to heal up all these grunts and choppers if he just sits in it, so it's very hard for Liam to actually engage because he doesn't quite have enough, so that heal is just going to put him over the edge and allow him to sit there. However, the scatter bomb coming in, really strong leader ability, always able to clean out large clumps of units, definitely kills quite a few choppers there, narrow down in grunts. Red bar gets pushed out of his heal, and the WARTHOG does not have its anvil round at the moment, so it cannot clean these grunts up. It looks like WARTHOG might be stuck. The unit gets stuck all the time, Hechi giving up the position on it because he's trying to get back into his heal. However, that might have been a pretty big mistake there, letting that WARTHOG escape. Just those 2 flamers without that Enduring Will still there will be able to take out pretty much all of these grunts. And now he's got 2 minis secured The units have been cleaned out. Liam actually has more pop. He's got 2 nodes to none, and he's trying to clean out this many here. This game is starting to look really, really bad for Hechi. He might have these raid camps in the center. However, Liam does have 2 gen. If Liam just, because he's already got grenade throw, and with Hechi still being on Tech 1, it's starting to get into the territory where he's in a really at real risk of dying to a Kodiak drop. It's always tough when the Forge is able to get a clean Kodiak drop and you're both stuck on Tech 1. Just think about it, right? What units do you have that clean up Kodiak drops, right? It's going to be Hunters, it's going to be like Banshees, you want some Shrouds sometimes, or even... But without those, it's between just Grunts and Choppers, it's really hard to clean up that Kodiak drop, and the Pavium is a slow hero, so he can't even use that effectively like other leaders can. So yeah, that Kodiak drop is a big risk for him at the moment, and Liam actually going to be able to get to Tech 2 first because he didn't upgrade quite as many pads, and he did have these nodes the whole time, which are a pretty big deal. He can get a Tech 2 Warthog when he hits T2, but it's going to be a lot cleaner if he grabs either CT or Dispersion. Both are totally fine here. Does not actually matter which one he grabs, but both are going to be more impactful than the Tech 2 Warthog. It just, you get a little power starved during the early T2 with Forge, so you got to make a decision. And both players picking up Expos. Hechi's Expo is in a very good position. This is probably the best Expo for him to buy. It lets him stay on both offense and defense at the same time. However, Liam taking a Far Expo, which is going to be borderline impossible for Hechi to push without any sort of foundries. Like, he can try to run JPBs around, but it's tough to cleanly get over there. So it looks like he does want defense aura on the Forge Hog before he gets anything else, which is going to be okay, but still not the greatest option for him. Any of the infantry upgrades would have been a lot cleaner. The Forchog does get a little bit more damage and a little more survivability, but there's nothing on the floor that can actually kill it. And so it usually in Tech 2, it's more of a walking anvil round than anything else. Hechi's burnout coming in. Is that Tech 2 that he's got queued up? Yes, he's got Tech 2 queued up behind that Grunt squad. The hero is going to keep that base alive. He does have the Kodiaks drop down to push this base. So he's going to push onto this base with his Kodiaks instead of pushing onto the main base. Because he doesn't have units in position if he were going to do a main base push. However, main base push probably a little cleaner. Strip the gens. I know you could try to play for this Expo kill. That's nice, but I think stripping the gens off of Pavium is usually a bit stronger. It even denies the ability for them to lich because it's 600 power. And then you just follow it up with a Grizzly drop cleanly. Liam going a little bit under production right now. If he's kind of got a big supply pads everywhere, being both raid camp and air pad here might make it a little bit far for him to safely afford the Grizzlies without more minis. Hechi just starting to buy bases. He's kind of got this game stalled out a little bit. He's getting 1 Shroud, and without the detection for Liam, that's where this starts being a bit of a problem. So yeah, Kodiak drop would have been way better on the main, but what's done is done. He kind of needs to send the Forchog to deal with that. The JPB does kill the sniper. Hechi has, that is infantry 1 at least already. So that's pretty interesting, and we're getting Dark Skies. Those Kodiaks are actually one of the best things he can have to help him against Dark Skies. However, that Shroud is, well, that Shroud's going to be able to block quite a bit of those shots, and with the Pavium sitting there, that base won't go down anytime soon. He's throwing a layer of mines in front, but with those engineers there, it's not going to do much. It's just that the Tech 1 units get cleaned up. Well, Dark Skies have a lot of health. And a lot of health with a pretty decent healing rate, so Dark Skies plus Enduring Will looks like they're going to just be able to out-heal any damage from the Forchog, because it really doesn't do much damage. CT is in for the Marines there. Scatterbomb, if he is able to save the space, is the only reason why. That Marine really needs to be able to get its combat tech onto the base. I'm not sure it's going to be able to, though. It doesn't seem to want to. I think I'm not sure if he's trying to get it to or what. Oh, he is trying to get it. Alright. So, I don't think a stun actually stops it from healing. And he does go for a heal. That has to be a heal 5th instead of a Grizzly drop, but he couldn't afford a Grizzly drop anyways. But keeping this base alive is super important for him. But yeah, those Kodiaks are going to be getting cleaned up just by that one shred that's not going to live. That shred got taken out. Alright, but Hechi should be able to afford a Lich, whereas Liam could not afford his Grizzly drop. So there's a little bit of Banshee. The Banshees aren't really too big a deal, but he doesn't have enough Marine right now, and he doesn't have enough... he can't get his Grizzly drop on offense, so there's just no threat to Hechi, and he's in this position of perpetual defense. It's one position you don't want to be in, because you can't really win. Lich down on the main base. Pavium looks like it is going to get taken out by those Marines in the garrison. That one mine did help quite a bit. I don't know if he can defend this Lich. He can smoke his base and stall for a little bit, which is nice. The Marines in the garrison, if they continue to shoot that Hunter, if he can't find the zone, then I think they'll take it out before the Hunter can kill the Kodiak. But it looks like nope, the targeting got switched because the Banshee came over. It keeps switching targets. The Reaver does come out. I'm not sure if that Lich is going to be able to kill the main. It looks like it wants to. But with all those Gales out, plus the Warthog healing, I'm not sure if he can get it. If it switches targets, it might not be able to. Lich has been down for some time now. JPB back on the side, anti-infantry turret plus Gale, keeping that cleaned out. Lich is getting healed up, but this isn't a matter of him killing the Lich. This is a matter of the timeout on the Lich not lasting long enough. Anytime the Lich is focusing something that's not the main base, gives the base time to heal up more. And if the base lives here, a counter push with Grizzly might be really devastating. Alright, yeah, Lich is gone. Lich is gone. There's no more building damage. This is 1 JPB of building damage. The Warthog is going to go down, though. That's very expensive for him. It does not go down. Warthog never die. I'm sorry. Warthog never die. Rain of Fire level 1 coming down onto the pads and the main base, but I don't think it's going to kill anything because those Gales are there. And he needs to get an anti-infantry turret, and he should be fine. Hechi has really secured himself the majority of the map at this point, and he has a 3rd gen down with his Tech 2 there. He's got his Pav here coming back out. He's getting a Foundry, my bad. Using a heal on his pads, so the heal plus the Marines plus all the Gales is going to deny those from getting taken out. And we're just chasing down the remaining units with the Warthog. Where's Liam in terms of tech? If he's stuck on Tech 2, then without a Tech 3 Warthog, he's going to have a hard time with some of these Hunters. But if he can get the money for the Grizzly drop, I don't think there's enough to stop him right now. Yeah, Warthog looks like it's getting its healed. Pav might Y ability it. Yeah, there's not enough Hunter. That's a very nice smoke. Hunter going down. Pack Brother's coming in, but not sure Pack Brother is the tool that is going to be able to do this for him. He's got quite a few Gales and nothing to really stop the Gales. Did he sell the... No, it's another Foundry. Okay, so he is making Reavers because he knows he needs to take those Gales out. Warthog with Vet 1. Not always the most common thing to see, but it does happen. The Tech 3 Warthog is absolutely what Liam needs. Without that Tech 3 Warthog, it can be a little tough. He is still spending power somewhere. I'm assuming it's on those Wolves. And is there a Kodiak drop or is it Grizzly? Okay, he's got the money for Grizzlies if he wants them, and that will take out this base for him, which is really great. If he does it, I think he's just got a pop problem at the moment. It's an interesting scatter. He does kill a Reaver with it, which is nice. He just has a little bit too much pop to drop that unless he can upgrade. Oh, okay. So that's why he doesn't have Tech 3 on his Warthog, because he upgraded this base to a 7 pad. That's fine. And then he's going to get reinforcements now. But not being able to drop those Grizzlies and then it always hurts when you can't drop them in right away, because then they give your opponent more time to be able to get ready for it. Wolves taken out. the engineer, the Gale getting shot, but not quite enough to take it out. Those Gales need to run, and those Wolves need to stay, because those Grunts and Reaver will take them out otherwise. Tech level 2 on the Warthog. Holy, that thing is a monster. Look at it go. Unfortunately, still on Tick 2 still on the Vet 2 does not do that much. Warthog is not a damage machine until it hits Tech 3. Once it hits Tech 3, then it starts just wrecking everything. But until then, he really's got to baby it. And he's got a Hornet, which is interesting. A JPB's there. Oh, and the Grizzly drop is on the main base. Sorry, guys, I was looking at the chat. JPB's on the main base. One Locust taking up a Marine. 2 Marines and 2 3-star combat tech Marines in the garrison. Warthog trying to set up to handle the Lich on defense. Meanwhile, Hechi's already lost a generator. Will lose that Hunter and that Engineer. Probably going to lose all of his generators. Doesn't seem to have any solution. Lich comes down on defense, and it is up to Liam whether he wants to sack into pads or leave. I think sacking into pads is cleaner, but right now the Grizzlies are auto-targeting the unit instead of focusing pads, which is probably the last thing he wants. But I think that is sufficient damage, especially if he just runs the other side of the base. He can keep stripping him. Now with no Lich threat on Liam's base, he's able to comfortably build up that Warthog, continuing to put in work. We'll see if he's able to get it up to Tech 3. He's got a 3rd gen now on this Expo, which is nice, and he's getting something in the armor. He's getting Fort 1. I think he was worried about the Lich. Yeah, not doing as much damage as he could do. Did lose a Grizzly. But yeah, it looks like it's a bit of a wash, though. He did quite enough damage there on the base. When Hechi is stuck on little baby bases, and Liam's got a pretty strong standing army. He'll also have a Kodiak drop to support any push he does if he chooses to go for it. Alright, so it looks like Forge. It looks like Forge is OP. That's right, everyone know update your tier lists. Forge is S tier. Unstoppable. Absolute juggernaut. I'm not saying Forge is bad. Forge is actually pretty good, but can't overstate any particular leader. I mean, this game looked pretty good at start from Hechi. Pretty strong pathing win, I guess we'll say. But it has very, very much turned around when he held that Lich. He's not going to kill that. I'm sorry, he's not going to deny him from killing his base, this other base. And it doesn't look like Hechi has enough of an army to even defend. It's just going to continue to lose the map now. That Warthog still not Tech 3. Still not Tech 3. Nice scatter bomb with an anvil on top of the units. 1 engineer. Y ability negates most of that, but the Locust does not have enough health to survive. Warthog getting pretty low. Warthog definitely needs to be careful. It's a very strong unit. Those mines might be a bit of a problem. Nope, didn't go that far, but maybe he didn't go far enough. Nope. Okay, he's running. Did take damage though. Using a heal on 2 units on the base keeps the hog alive, so that works. Hechi has full salvage, so his pads are healing. Liam just taking more map. Looks like Gauss Overcharge finished for the Warthog. Now it's an absolute monster. Vet 2 and actually doing high damage. Yeah, almost one-shots the Engineer. Pretty strong. Rate this Forge. I think he had good intentions, but he just wasn't sure about what to do with his units. I think the idea for the early build with I think the Gen second immediately gets you a point, immediately. I can't say someone going Gen second is a 1, right? So it's like immediately puts him up into a 2. Those 3-star Marines pretty strong, yeah. All right, well, that's the end of the series. 4-0 for Liam. I want to say that this forge is probably about a 4 or a 5. I'm going to say it's about a 4 or a 5. I'm going to say I want to say it's about, we'll say it's a 5. It's a 5. No, Liam, we're going out of 10. We're going out of 10. It's 5 out of 10. 5 out of 5. Well, actually, hold up. He responded correctly. He made a decision. He made a decision in the early game that put him where he was. He grabbed mines because he wasn't going to be able to take advantage of rolling 2. He went for the barracks when he wasn't originally going to. He's like, oh, I need a Rax, I need a hero. He did that. He expanded. So we're going to say it's a 6, but that's as high as we're going. It's a 6 because of those good decisions with the nodes, but that's as high as we're getting. Yeah. It's a 6. 6 out of 10. Nope, 6 out of 10. That's all you're getting. Where we had problems, Kodiak drops should have been on main, almost always should be when it comes to Pav. You just want to always push Pav's main, make him really defend it, because Burnout can't do shit if you don't have pads. The Warthog upgrade before any of the Marine upgrades kind of really hurts your ability to control the map. The Marine open is really greedy. I'm not going to fault you for it, but it's greedy and that can happen. The rest of that was just decisions around the map about where to push and whatnot. You survived the Lich, which was pretty important. But yeah, I think that was more mistakes on Hechi's part than it was the world-class Forge play. Alrighty. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm out of here. It's fun having a nice series to cast. Alright, take care everyone.